Hi, I'm Fame Ketover of Lenguin.com, and this is Mandarin Chinese. Open up and say ah, because today we're going to be talking about vowel sounds. The vowel sounds of Chinese all have approximate equivalents in English. We're going to go through some Chinese surnames to practice the sounds. Let's start. Listen to the vowel sound.
Fang, fang, fang.
Notice that the vowel sound is spelled with the letter A, as in Okinawa. Try repeating the surname after the speaker.
Fang, fang, fang.
Listen to the vowel in the second surname.
Mi, mi, mi.
Notice that the vowel sound
E,
is spelled with an I, as in Tahiti. Try repeating.
mi, mi, mi.
Here's the third surname.
Hu, hu, hu.
Notice that the sound
U,
is spelled with a U. Though not quite the same, it's like the English vowel U in Honolulu. Try repeating.
hu, hu, hu.
Here's the fourth one.
Hong, hong, hong.
Notice that even though it's spelled the same, this does not sound much like the English vowel we use for Hong Kong. It sounds more like the short double O vowel in hook. About the only word with this sound spelled with just a single O in English is woman. Try repeating.
Hong, hong, hong.
Listen to the last surname.
N, N, N.
Notice that the sound is spelled with an E, as in chicken. Notice also that this is not the vowel sound spelled with an E, as in hen. Try repeating.
N, N, N.
You might find this sound a bit close to the sound and to the sound. The exercises at Lenguin.com will give you help in making these distinctions. Now, we're going to check out some diphthongs, or vowel combinations. Listen to this surname.
Lie, lie, lie.
Notice that the diphthong
I,
is spelled AI, as in Shanghai, which in Chinese is pronounced like this.
Shanghai, Shanghai.
Try repeating the surname.
Lie, lie, lie.
Here's the second surname.
Wei, wei, wei.
The diphthong
A,
is spelled EI, as in Taipei, which is pronounced in Chinese like this.
Taipei, Taipei.
Remember that without the letter I, the letter E was pronounced. Try repeating the surname.
Wei, wei, wei.
Here's the third surname.
Hao, hao, hao.
The diphthong
Oh,
is spelled AO, as in Mao Zedong. In Chinese,
Mao Zedong, Mao Zedong.
try repeating.
Hao, hao, hao.
Here's the last surname.
Lou, Lou, Lou.
The diphthong
O,
is spelled OU, as in Zhou and Lai. In Chinese,
Zhou En Lai, Zhou En Lai.
try repeating.
Lou, Lou, Lou.
Up until this point, we've treated the sounds spelled W and Y as if they were regular consonants, but phonetically, they're shorted vowels, or semivowels, which glide into the full vowel of the syllable. They're so close to being vowels that when a semivowel is followed by a vowel with the same articulation, it might be difficult to hear any transition. The syllable written WU might sound like
U,
and the syllable written YI might sound like
E.
Semivowels may follow consonants, and when they do, the pinyin system writes them with the equivalent vowel letter, U instead of W, and I instead of Y. Listen to the speaker read the rows of surnames in this display.
Han, Huang, Huang. Lan, Wan, Luan. Mao, Yao, Miao. Lang, Yang, Liang.
In each group, the first surname starts with a regular consonant, the second with a semivowel, and the third with a regular consonant, followed by a semivowel, spelled as a vowel. If you have any difficulty with semivowels following consonants, you can build up to them by starting with full vowels and speeding up until they're semivowels. For example, we could build up to the surname
Chuan,
by starting from the full name, surname and given name.
Huan,
Listen.
Huan, Huan.
Again.
Huan, Huan.
Try repeating after the speaker.
Huan, Huan.
Again.
Huan, Huan.
Try repeating after the speaker as she says the names again.
Han, Wang, Huang. Lan, Wan, Luan. Mao, Yao, Miao. Lang, Yang, Liang.
Now we'll look at 3 irregularities that crop up in combinations of semivowel and vowel. Listen to the speaker read the first group of surnames.
Ye, Lie.
Notice the effect of the semivowel, written Y or I. Again.
Ye, Lie.
After the semivowel, written Y or I, the letter E has the same sound value as in English yet, rather than the sound value which it had alone. This is the same sound value it has in the diphthong
A.
EI. Try repeating these 3 surnames after the speaker.
Ye, Lie.
Again.
Ye, Lie.
Now listen to the next group.
An, Yan, Lian.
Notice the effect of the semivowel. Again.
An, Yan, Lian.
Here, after the semivowel, the AN takes on the sound value of EN, as in hen. We include the N in the rule because this change only takes place when there is an N. Try repeating these surnames.
An, Yan, Lian,
Again.
An, Yan, Lian.
Now listen to the last group of surnames.
Long, Wo, Luo.
Listen for the effect of the semivowel written W or U.
Long, Wo, Luo.
ONG is pronounced
U,
but after the semivowel written W or U, the letter O stands for another vowel sound. The combination WO or UO is pronounced rather like the beginning of the English word wall. Try repeating after the speaker.
Long, Wo, Luo.
Again.
Long, Wo, Luo.
That's the end of this lesson. Remember to head over to Lenguin.com to do the exercises. That's Lenguin, as in Lenguin the penguin. Thanks for watching. I want to thank all of our subscribers and supporters for their gracious donations in making these courses possible. In future lessons, this is where I'll be giving shout-outs to our Patreon supporters. So be sure to visit our Patreon page to see all the goodies we're offering. Until next time, stay cool.